Hello, I'm Dan Galloway. I'm the new city manager, relatively new here in El Reno. Been on the job for 5 or 6 weeks, really getting to know and learn a lot about El Reno. And I come from a long background in city management. I've been city manager all over the state of Oklahoma. It feels like at times I started in Owasso nearly 30 years ago as a city manager, and from there I went to Clinton, Oklahoma, and was there nearly 10 years. I was in Bethany nearly 10 years, and I just completed 10 years, a little over 10 years as city manager in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Years and years ago, I started out in regional and state and federal government, and it's too far removed from the people. I wanted to be closer to the people in public administration, and so working at local government at the city management level, it's a chance to get to know and meet the people that you're there to serve. And they're not just numbers, they're real people. So that's kind of the background I come from. So I've covered the east and the west and the north and the central part of the state of Oklahoma. And I really have a real appreciation for the western half of the state. It's got something that's just very close to me. And I knew the former city manager, Tony Rivera. Tony and I have known each other for 30 years. And so I had an opportunity to learn a lot about El Reno through Tony. We've been good friends. We have similar styles in many ways. In many ways, we're different. But I was very pleased to see the opportunity to come to El Reno, and when I was offered the position, I was really excited about it. I've worked for cities from various sizes, all the way from 10,000 to 50,000. And El Reno's right in the middle of that, and it's a great sized community. I worked in Bethany, which was just a few thousand larger in population, but diversity, I feel this is a much larger city, and then it has, we have so much industry. We have oil field industry and some other industries. We have a very diverse population in many ways. We have a tremendous amount of area to manage. And so, although you look at the population of El Reno, officially somewhere in the 17 to 18,000 range, it feels more like a city of 25,000 to me. It really does. It's got that real personality of the small western Oklahoma community, which I love, but it's got the potential to be this strong, growing, mid-sized community, and so it's a real exciting opportunity. Our position on Interstate 40 is a great position. We are just far enough outside of Oklahoma City to be a really comfortable stop for travelers, and so I think we capitalize on that. And I think it's showing by the interest of the hotel industry. They're starting to really look at us here. We've got one under construction, another one planned, plus the existing hotels. Something in the market study that they're doing tells them that El Reno is the spot to be, and so that's good news. El Reno has its own identity. We have the VOTEC, we have the college here, we have the federal facility here, we have industry here. We've got everything that you need right here in El Reno, and so we are a hub. We're sort of a hub in this part of western Oklahoma, and we're not totally dependent on Oklahoma City. I think some of the suburbs closer in tend to be dependent on the city. I don't think we're in that position. We really need to look at what those market potentials are. You know, we've got a great downtown, and there's been some tremendous success with it in the last few years and really bringing it back to life, and there's some fun and interesting things to do downtown. I think we really need to I'm excited to really work with downtown and say, how can we go to the next step? How can we really make this a place where everybody in town wants to come down on, you know, weeknights, weekends. It's a fun, great place to be, but it can offer us a lot more. And so, you know, what the answer to that is, I don't know the magic answer to that, but it's got such a great head start. I'm looking forward to working with everybody downtown to try to help that continue as well. We are not here for the purpose of controlling the people. We're not here to be dictators. It's not, you know, when I say our, the city council, the mayor, myself, and the staff, this is not our government. This government belongs to the people of the community. I've always felt that all government, but particularly local government, when you stop and think, why do we have a local government? We have thousands of people that live together. Why do you need a government? Well, if you stop and think about all those things that people really need to survive, it's all of those things that we all need that we really can't very efficiently or provide for on our own. We can't each have our own water treatment system. We can't each have our own sewer system. And you can have wells and septic tanks, but to live close together is not practical in today's world. You can't go dispose of your own trash. You can't build your own streets in front of your house, not to the quality that we expect. And so collectively, all the people who live together take a part of their money, which we call taxes, and entrust it to a local government and say, provide these things for us that we all need. We need police protection, we need fire protection, we need streets, we need water and sewer, we need to get rid of our trash. That's the basics. That's our first and foremost job, is to keep everybody safe, keep them healthy and well with those things they need. Now we go a step further than that. We begin to look at the quality of life. We want them to be able to have a place to play, to have recreation, to play ball games. So we have a park system. And again, it's something we can't all build our own baseball field. We can't all build our own park pavilion. We all love to use those things, so the city's in the position to be able to take the resources and do a good job of providing those for the people. When we once provide all of those basic needs for the public with their money, and we manage it as well as we can, then we need to make it possible for the people of this community to do the other things, to have the fun events, to have the burger days, to have the small town weekends. We've got some great organizations in this community that step forward and do those things to really give us a great quality of life. You know, sometimes people say, oh, the city does those events. No, we don't. We support and we enable those events. If they can use the city-owned facilities, that helps. If we provide a lot of things behind the scenes. We provide police protection and fire protection. Our guys help block streets, prepare parks, clean parks. There's tons of things that we do, but we are not providing the event. The people are providing those events, and so it's a partnership. There's been a lot of great projects that have been initiated over the last few years, and they all still need a lot of attention. One of the freshest things recently is that the city and the schools have cooperated on exchanging some properties, and I think it's a win-win for everybody. The schools had some property that we can make better use of as public facilities. We had some assets and land that we didn't really have a particular city purpose for that fit very well into the school's plan. So now that we've got those things in place, now the biggest challenge is how do we maximize those properties for the greatest benefit of everybody that lives in El Reno. Of course, we've got a lot of things we're finishing up. The wastewater treatment plant, sewer plant, is still under construction. Hopefully that construction gets wrapped up by August or September is what we're looking at right now. It's going to take some months to get that plant started, but that's going to really help everybody in this community for years to come. So getting that project wrapped up, getting it operational, that's a major, major project that's in front of us. And unfortunately, we're still dealing with all the loose ends, not of a project of choice, but a project of cleaning up from the ice storms. The ice storms, that's been a huge project for the city. We've contracted it out, but it's taken so much time from all of our crews from being out and working along with this that they've done a tremendous job, and we've got so much to catch up from all that time we've spent. We're obviously going to have some great growth out along the interstate. We're going to have some great growth in our downtown. I think we're also going to see some growth in our outlying areas. I think the oil industry is kind of down a little bit right now, but it's going to be coming back, and we're already hearing of additional support industry that may be looking at the area. So I'm excited about the future that El Reno has.